So we're going to begin tonight with our beginner class. Here at Pinson Valley High School, we are on a block schedule. So these students are all mostly beginners who started in January. So the instrument players are a couple up here who have played a couple of these instruments before, but for the majority of these students, they started playing these in January. Which is a lot to ask to turn around and play music. But we're going to start tonight with the beginner class, and they're going to start, I'm sorry, you told me.
Un principio.
Un Principio is their first song by John Vuela. And my apologies, because I didn't introduce it very well. So, like I said, this is a beginner group. Their director and teacher, we've been so happy to have him this year, is Mr. Mason Mays. He's been teaching the beginners and been helping with all the mariachi here at Pinson Valley. So, and I apologize, would you give him a quick hand? I forgot to mention him at the beginning. So the second song the beginners are going to be presenting is translated The Green Turtle. This is La Tortuga Verde, also by John A. Vila, excuse me.
Hello. Like Mr. Brandenburg said, my name is Mason Mays. I'm the assistant mariachi director. I help teach the beginner classes and a little bit of the other mariachi stuff we do around here. Really appreciate y'all coming out. Like he said, that song we just played was La Tortuga Verde. It's been a fan favorite, I know, for a lot of the other kids that have taken mariachi before. We all love playing that song. So this last song we're going to do is De Colores. So we kind of use it as our unofficial official theme song for Pinson Valley Mariachi. Just because the song De Colores translates to all the colors, roughly. Okay? And one of the big things about here is that we want to celebrate mariachi and play mariachi, but you don't have to necessarily be a part of that culture in order to celebrate that culture. Okay? So we have kids from all we have of all different skin colors, all different backgrounds that come and want to play this music, that have been here working in these classes to do it. And so this song sort of represents that. If you know the lyrics, all the kids in the back, if y'all know the lyrics, please sing along. We would really appreciate it. So yeah, this is De Colores.
One, two, three, one. All right, so this is our advanced group. This is the advanced mariachi. These students have been playing for at least a year, but none of them have actually been playing for more than 2. I think we have maybe 2 people who've been playing for maybe 3, but not many. So these students have been playing for a couple of years, and one of the things we're really trying to do out here in Pinson is get more people in the beginners. We're trying to get more folks. We're trying to get more folks playing at Rudd. We'd love to get music at our elementary schools so they could start doing some of this music as well, because places like Kermit Johnson, they have no music whatsoever. So we're trying to get some of that started down there as well, because imagine what these students, as good as they can be, what would they have been if they had started all this 10 years ago instead of 10 months ago? So that was a piece called El Conejito, which is translated just the little rabbit, and you could tell by its quick movement. Our second piece today is one of our songs that is more of a folklorico in its tradition. It's more of a dancing song. It's the kind of song you would see people dancing around hats and the dresses, the fan dresses, for those of you who are not sure what folklorico is. So this is Chiapanegas. One, two, three. All right, our next song is a classic in the mariachi world. It is called Cariño, and it is going to feature one of our soloists. So this is senior Brianna Addison, and this is Cariño. Can we hear it one more time for Brianna? So we're going to step back a little bit and do another one of the folklorico classics, and this is another one that you might recognize from different things that you might have heard. You might not know the title, but you'll know it once you hear it. This is La Raspa. One, two, one. right, so we have two more tunes that this group is going to do, and I'm gonna go ahead and introduce both of them before we do one more set change to do our big premiere of tonight. The first one is a song that we have been doing a lot this year, and it seems to be a very popular song for everyone we play it for. A lot of people know it. It's called Los Roeles. The soloist in this song is going to be Emma Tarpley. And then after Los Roeles, this group will close with, again, as Mr. Mays was saying, we will close with our version of De Colores. As Mr. Mays was talking about, De Colores has kind of become our mantra, our motto here at the school, is as we're looking at mariachi and we're looking at music in general, what we're trying to understand is wherever music comes from, music transcends culture. It brings its own culture in. There's music from all parts of life and all parts of the world that incorporate culture, and our job is to then take that culture and understand each and every one. And what we're able to do here at Pinson Valley is we have all of these different kinds of people from all different kinds of backgrounds. And what we're able to do is we're able to take it and create our own picture, our own culture, our own idea. And that's what we feel De Colores represents. So we will do Los Roeles, and then we'll close this part with our version of De Colores. One, two, three, one, three.
De colores se visten los campos en la primavera. De colores son los pajarillos que vienen de afuera. De colores es el arco iris que vemos lucir. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. De colores se visten los campos en la primavera. De colores son los pajarillos que vienen de afuera. De colores es el arco iris que vemos lucir. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí.
All right, so now for something very unique, very special, very different. I'm gonna ask this group of folks if y'all will go ahead and go grab the stuff that you need. Symphonic band, if you will go grab your stuff and make your way to the stage as well. And I'm gonna take just a moment to just kind of talk for just a moment on kind of what's going on, and then we're gonna do a little bit of a reset of the stage. So for the past few years, if your students have been involved in this program, we have been a program of a lot of firsts. For those of you, this might be your first time. Maybe you have a student in the beginner class, or maybe you're a parent of a band student and maybe not necessarily part of Mariachi. So 4 years ago, we became Alabama's first mariachi program. First program ever in the state of Alabama. And we continued from there. We became the first, not just the first mariachi class, then we became the first beginner, intermediate, advanced class. We hired the first mariachi teacher full-time in the state of Alabama. We have been trying to do all these different things, and because of this, I'm very happy to say that there have been mariachi discussions, if not classes. Snead Community College has started a mariachi in the last couple of years. Alabama A&M is in the discussion of starting a mariachi class at their college. Hueytown High School, Fultondale High School, Irondale Community. There's all these different places where they have started talking about the idea of mariachi. And I do have to brag on this advanced group just for a moment. From the last performance that most of y'all saw us, which was probably around Christmas, they went in January and performed as a part of a clinic at the Alabama Music Educators Conference. That is a big conference in Birmingham where all music teachers, kindergarten all the way through college, come and we go to meetings about how to become better teachers, better musicians, better teachers, all those kinds of things. And this group was part of a session on how to create mariachi in your own school, in your own environment, and all those kinds of things. And they performed, and there were people coming in out of the hallways. They heard them playing, and people just started wandering in like a church service. Everybody was just coming on in to see what this mariachi was about. They played a few weeks ago for the Alabama Arts Alliance, which is a foundation here in Alabama that gives grants and different kinds of money to different music and arts programs all across the state. We actually won that grant a couple years ago. Excuse me, we won that grant a couple years ago, and that's what helped pay for a lot of the instruments. That's how we were able to have the beginner class. We won a $20,000 grant from them a few years ago. So this group, this advanced group has been traveling all over the place. We've been performing all over. So a few years ago, I had the privilege to meet a composer in Chicago at a band clinic by the name of Sergio Barrer. He is originally from Mexico City in Mexico and now lives in Los Angeles, California, and he is a well-known published composer of all kinds of music, orchestral, solo, piano, voice, all kinds of different things, band music. And I had a discussion with him about the idea of creating a mariachi piece that incorporated wind band as well. For me personally, it was the idea of my worlds here at Pinson Valley colliding, the band world and the mariachi world. It's all part of the same world to me, so why not try to find some way to create something new? As we started talking about it and started researching it, we realized it was not something that had really ever been done before. There's kind of a mariachi world, or kind of, if you want to think about it, a string world, and then there's a band world. Okay, a lot of people just go, well, it's just music. Well, we all have our own little worlds. And in working with him, he jumped right on it. I don't know if I've actually ever told him this, is we were kind of having a preliminary meeting about it, and by the time we met again, it was off and running. We already had decided we were looking at some of these things, and we were both really excited about it. So he found a text, and Mr. Barder, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you to say a few things, if you don't mind. And I'm going to let him talk to you a little bit about it, because he has flown out from Los Angeles to be here with us today and tonight for the premiere of a brand new piece of band and mariachi with an original lyric and an original text. And we are, as far as we know, premiering the first ever mariachi and wind band piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have him come up and introduce it to you in just a minute, and then we're going to warm up the band just for a moment, and then we're going to put all of this together, all of our my worlds colliding in one place. So this is Mr. Sergio Barrer.
Thank you very much. The text I used for this piece is a poem written by Netzahualcoyotl, who is known as the Aztec poet king. He was one of the Aztec kings, and he wrote quite a bit of poetry. And what I liked about this text is that it portrays a culture. It takes a little snapshot of the Aztec culture, how crying was not even acceptable for women, not only for men. It was a warrior culture. And so it seemed proper for a mariachi piece. And I don't know if you're gonna understand the text, but it's very simple. It says, Mom, and it's Netzahualcoyotl talking to his mom. And he says, Mom, when I die, please bury me next to your heart, to your fire. And when you're making tortillas, cry for me. And when you're crying, if someone asks you, why are you crying? Tell him the wood is freshly cut and the smoke makes me cry. And that's it. And you'll hear it during the performance. And I hope you enjoy the music. Thank you.
All right, so thank you so much. I would be remiss to say that none of this would have been possible if not for the Pinson City Council, who paid for the commission of this piece. I will say, for those of you who don't know whether it's mariachi or band or whatever it is, almost 99.9% of the time, if we call the city council and say, hey, we are really in need of this instrument, or hey, we've got this crazy idea where we want to combine band and mariachi into a piece, would you help pay for some of this? If y'all don't know what the city council does for this school, you need to know. The city council supports this school more than almost any other city council in Jefferson County. They don't always do it to where you know, but I promise you they do, and I want to thank them. I've seen a couple of them. If you're on the city council in Pinson, would you mind waving, please? So we got Ms. Thompson up here. I know Hoyt Sanders is one that always supports us very much. So thank you, Pinson City Council. Again, we wouldn't be able to do that with the support of the whole community. So I want to thank you again for coming out tonight. And if we can, if y'all will just make sure to grab stuff as you go. Okay, I appreciate it. Can we get one more round of applause for all the groups tonight?